Bonjour, monsieur. Je m'appelle Gavin. Bienvenue à Throttle Talk.
Hold on. The car's French, not you.
Well, I tried.
Okay, let's talk about the exterior of this car. The very first thought, Peppa Pig. Alpine is owned by, is it
Renault?
Alpine or Alpine?
It's Alpine. It's owned by Renault.
Okay, yes, owned by Renault. And this car is based on the legendary rally car in the 1960s. The older version did look a bit better. It looked a bit more muscular.
It was a bit more vintage, which
Yes.
a lot of people like.
And the headlights, so it is quite beautiful. I mean, look at this.
It also does get the Alpine badge on it.
The front of the car does look good. Now, when we were doing our research, especially on the photos, the car looked smaller, but then in person it looks much bigger, and the blue color is just quite beautiful.
So the vehicle sits on 18-inch tires, and on the side you have an Alpine badge over here and the French badge over here, which marks that it is a French car. And from the side it does look quite
It does
small.
look amazing,
It
and
looks
something very
very
noticeable.
beautiful.
Sorry,
The
I
roof?
interrupted
No,
you.
no, it's good.
The roof, yes. So it's to give more headspace to the driver,
Yeah.
and yeah,
You
like
got
Gavin said, from
got
the side.
vents over here.
Yep.
Air vents, which is quite
Yeah,
nice.
you get air vents over here because the engine is mid-mounted.
Yep.
And overall, from the front and the side, what do you think of the car?
Oh, for me it's just
Beautiful.
beautiful. It's very nice.
Okay, let's talk about the back, starting with the mid-mounted exhaust. It looks quite cool.
Yes, it is very, very cool.
Yep. And the favorite part of design for me, this. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What do you think?
For me, it's this whole bit
Yep.
with the mid-mounted exhaust.
And the diffuser, yeah,
And the
it looks
diffusers,
quite
it just
amazing.
looks
You do
quite
get-
amazing. It's aggressive from the back, but it's just quite subtle, which is quite French-like, so that's quite nice.
Yeah. Also, we do speak over each other, but you don't realize it's very windy here. So all we hear is we hear that. So it's a bit hard. Sorry for that. But yeah, the back looks quite amazing. Now the 1960s Alpine A110 was a bit longer
Yep.
at the back. I kind of prefer that though. Before you go on with the video, we would like to interrupt you. Yep. Sorry. Would you please hit that subscribe button and like this video? Because it would help us get more cool cars like this and
Yep.
give you more entertainment and dumb jokes. Thank you.
For sure.
Back to the video. Okay, engine price and specs of the Alpine A110. So there's no point popping the hood open because the engine is here. It is a mid-mounted engine. It is a 4-cylinder turbo engine which produces 252 horsepower and 320 Newton meters of torque, rear-wheel drive, and a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Yes, 252 might seem like a low number, but this car only weighs 1.1 tons or 1100 kilos. That is light. That is very light. And competition.
So for the competitions, you get the Porsche 718 Cayman, you get the Audi TT RS, and you also get the Alpha 4C. Competition-wise, the prices, the Porsche and the Audi
It's about
costs
140.
around 140,
Yep.
whereas the Alpha is also above that range. And yeah,
This,
this vehicle looks
$110,000.
Yeah. But this looks much better than the other
Yes.
two. So
And this color is quite
Just
beautiful.
beautiful.
Now this is the Alpine A110, not the GT edition, because Australia, I don't think
Doesn't
gets
get-
the GT
I
edition.
don't think so as well.
Okay, let's talk about the interior of this car, starting with everything. Oh, let's start with the design. It looks so beautiful in here. It has to be the best interior I've seen on a car. Steering wheel, so it is fully leather. You do get a racing stripe in the middle, which looks quite nice. You get your paddle shifters here. They feel very high quality. Something very nice about this car is that you get a paint matched door trim, and it looks beautiful. And the grab handles are something special as well. It does look nice. And all of this is plastic. You get leather here, head space and leg space. You do get plenty of head space. You do get plenty of leg space. This is adjustable. And this is where you get your shutter controls. Center console does wobble a bit, but this is where you get your key holder, which is quite nice. Basic AC controls, and this is your traction control, and you get your indicators. Now these buttons are very high quality and I love the way they look. There is no Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, which is, well, not bad, because you don't buy this car to, well, you know, use Android Auto. This is a pure driver's car. And here is where you get an Alpine badge. Now I have to say, the French, when they made this car, they made sure that you didn't forget that this was a French car and that this is an Alpine. It does look cool. Now the seats are something special. Look at them. The design is quite beautiful. Now they are racing bucket seats, so me being 6'2" and well quite large, it does hug me, it grabs me. It is quite nice. And if you look at the door, there is quilted leather, and you also get a French flag on the door as well. So overall interior, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful in here. Now let's move on to the cool and annoying features. Okay, let's start with the cool features of this car. First of all, the seats. They are quite beautiful like we showed you before, and something even more amazing, they're only 12 kilos each. 12 kilos for this beautiful seat. Now they are manually adjustable, that's okay, but 12 kilos, crazy. Let's move on. This car gets a double wishbone suspension on each wheel, which means you get maximum traction when you are cornering, and given that this car is already light, this will be a perfect track car. Another cool feature is the key. Look at it. Cars don't make, well, car manufacturers don't make cool keys anymore, but Alpine with this they did, and you get space to show it as well. So this is the instrumental cluster. It is fully digital on normal mode. If you click on sport, it goes into a different mode, and if you click and hold it, it goes into track mode, which gets even cooler. Nice.
Now let's look at the non-features of this car. So you're driving this, and you wanna access cruise control, and you're driving, and it's here, so it can get a bit annoying. The second annoying feature is storage space. There is little to none in this vehicle. There's no glove box. There is just one cup holder. There's no door bins, and it's just this as storage space. But who cares when you're driving this vehicle?
Okay, so let's go for a drive in the Alpine A110. The very first and most noticeable thing is the weight of this car. I feel like I'm driving a feather. Steering is very, very accurate on this car. And yes, this car only gets 252 horsepower, but this weighs nothing really. So 252 horsepower is more than enough for this car. And I have to say, out of all the cars we've driven on this channel, this has to be the lightest and the most accurate steering I've felt on a car, which is crazy. Given that some of the cars that we've had on this channel are much more expensive, but this, for $110,000, it's just amazing performance. The suspension, it is a bit stiff, but it isn't too bad, and we are currently on sports mode, which is why. And the exhaust, now the engine is literally right behind your head, and the exhaust pops and bangs at low RPMs, which is amazing. The braking is quite nice as well, and acceleration, we are on an incline, so there's no point testing it out here. One thing I do love about this car is the fact that it weighs nothing. It feels amazing, literally amazing. Yes, having a V8 is cool and it does sound nice, but when the car is light, it's just so much nicer to drive. And let's get on with the acceleration. Okay, we got a bit of a straight ahead. It's fast. It is pretty quick and it's very, very nimble. And driving this car, if you had to daily drive this, yes, you might feel a little pain in your back, but the way this car sounds and handles, it's just gonna make it so worth it. That's where we will leave the driving experience. It is amazing. There's literally quite nothing like it, because the steering and the way this car accelerates, the way it handles, perfection. Final thoughts on the Alpine A110. Gavin, you want to start?
I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. Look, yeah. Most of y'all know who's been on this channel that I do not like European vehicles, but this is French, so it's a bit different. But it is quite small. It is small, but it's small and compact, but it's just beautiful. It's the way it looks, the interior. Alpine has done a very good job about this vehicle. So, I don't know, nah, I'm just speechless. Not like speechless.
I would have to give it 8.9. Listen, it drives perfectly. It weighs literally nothing, and it's only $110,000, which is quite affordable compared to like a say 63S or a new Audi RS4. A lot of people don't know about this car, but I would have to say 8.9 because I love the 1960s A110
Yeah.
because that looks way more muscular and the back key is a bit longer. So I think they could have done a little bit more when it comes to styling, and the front end it does look good, but it's not my favorite compared to the rear. That's where I like it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyway, let's ignore that. Pause. Yeah, 8.9. Would I buy one? Yes. I mean, the interior is beautiful, exterior beautiful. Maintenance is apparently very cheap as well. The last service was only $400.
Yeah,
I
so
had to
that's
pay
quite.
more for my Audi.
Well, yours is an Audi, so
Yeah,
that
but yeah,
figures.
8.9. Like and subscribe. We will see you guys on the next one.
Yeah.